Johnny Bravo always said, "Hey there, pretty little mama."
No tattoos.
Okay.
You don't put bumper stickers on this car. I'm just always the nice guy.
No, it never works.
Oh my God.
I'm so lonely.
I'm in trouble.
Ugh, I mean, what's scarier than this? I mean, other than staying informed of all of the horrors happening in the world and, like, just looking outside your window, especially if you live in the US, what's better than a dumpster fire to make you feel better about the fact that you're single or super grateful that you're in an actual healthy relationship? Because, spoiler alert, we're not really gonna see any of that. I haven't made a video on this show before, and this was the first time watching the US version, and this scene in particular inspired me to make this video.
How would you react if at some point your child told you they were LGBTQ+?
No matter what, I'm always gonna love my kids. But like, I can't tell you, I would be the first person to be like, yay!
And the conversation is actually far worse than just this. Saying this with your full chest in the year of 2025, oh my goodness. We're going through episode by episode, but this is 9.5 hours of TV that I'm condensing down to about an hour of a video, so we're focusing on the most juicy details where we need to have a bigger conversation. Spoilers ahead for everything up to episode 9, because that's what's available right now, and you'll see why this is a very necessary prop very soon. My patrons were the ones that voted for this topic, so don't forget to thank them in the comment section down below, and they already have the extended and uncensored version of this video because, let's face it, not only YouTube, but definitely Netflix, with their copyright that they love to go after creators for. That means I can't show you everything. There are certain scenes with feet I definitely can't show anybody. I don't even want to revisit them ever again. I've had to watch this show twice for this video. Episode 1, who the hell are these people? And because a lot of them can look very similar, I've even gone to the effort of making a chart for you. Starting out with Patrick, who's 31, and growing up in Colorado, he was the only Asian in the friend group.
Comfortability of interracial dating has definitely limited my ability to develop connections with women.
And the dude has massive insecurities because of this. In 2014, there was a famous OkCupid study done, which showed that Asian men and black women were the least desired on dating apps. And this great article from The Conversation in 2020 explored how Asian men are often stereotyped and excluded in dating. Patrick meets Anna and quickly asks her about her usual dating type.
Typically, I go for red flags. No, I'm just kidding.
And it gets revealed that both of them usually date white people.
White guys.
Just mainly white guys.
Yeah.
Interesting, okay.
What about you?
White girls.
Anna is 28 and she's a really sweet woman, and it turns out that her family emigrated to New York from Asia. It's not specified exactly where from, but my guess is China. She's really close with her family, in particular with her mother, even though they have had like a bit of a rocky relationship. This is how she basically introduces herself to our next guy, Blake. He asks if there's any hot button issues that she wants to address, which is super refreshing. Thank you, yes, because you want to weed out any particular issues. The first question that she leads with is asking him if he's very religious. And we know that the Christian nationalist right is really powerful and really terrifying in the US, so I 100% understand why she asked this question first.
And you don't sound like you're homophobic or racist.
No, gosh no.
I really like Anna, but it does seem like she struggles with some internalized racism along with Patrick. Blake is 34, seemingly such a regular dude. He's an accountant, he's outdoorsy, he has a dog. And from all of the Reddit posts which I've been trawling through for this video, it seems that he's the most typical Colorado guy, except for the fact that when it comes to Love is Blind, you can't be a regular drug user, so that kind of outlaws a whole bunch of people who, for example, like to smoke. So that may also help explain why we've got the people that we do in this season. Then we meet Casey, who's 34, used to be Mormon, and it seems that she got scouted for this show, but there's more on this later.
I grew up Mormon. I'm not Mormon anymore, but my dad served his Mormon mission in Korea.
Sparkle Megan is 35, and yes, this is how she introduces herself.
My friends call me Sparkle Megan. I love anything that sparkles.
If you were 25, that would be adorable, but you're 32 now, so that's just stupid.
She seems like a really sweet person, and her friends gave her this nickname apparently. However, I'm just like, were they trying to play a trick on you? Were you being pranked this whole time? Because no 35-year-old goes by Sparkle Megan, do they?
Hey, wait a minute. Am I being punked?
She worked at an oil and gas company which shut down in 2020, which gave her a decent chunk of money, and she is launching her own business. She is wealthy, and trust me, I get it. I am a magpie too, but please let go of the nickname Sparkle Megan. Like, this is her bio on her Instagram.
A lot of men get insecure about that and they feel like they're not enough.
She's typically dated older men, and that hasn't worked out well for her. Dating younger hasn't worked either, so she's on the show to try and find her true love.
This is Mike.
You go by Mike or Michael?
Sexy Mike.
And then we meet Mike, who's 38 and keeps on avoiding telling Sparkles his real age. He's in real estate, is very finance bro coded, very cocky, very arrogant. He immediately brings up biohacking unironically. Thinking about it, he probably looks up to Brian Johnson. You know that guy that injected his son's plasma to try and stay young forever? He asked if she'd be angry if he left dirty dishes around the place, and Sparkles replies saying that she's into traditional gender roles. She really likes the idea of a provider and that sense of security.
Quote unquote the provider, but like the security and the safety.
He's very happy with this.
Yeah, I love that you said that, honestly.
But I thought that she said that she was rich and guys were intimidated by her. So you want someone even richer than you? And then it gets revealed that Mike is part of a tribe.
There's a bunch of guys that are like wealthy that are part of it.
With 6 pillars. And being the trash panda that I am, I went and scurried around on the internet and found out that he's part of GoBundance. That is their real name. To quote the website, it's full of high-performance men who refuse to coast. But the thing is that Mike needs a wife because he needs someone to go grocery shopping for him because he gets so confused.
Yeah, that's why I need to get married so I can let you be the expert.
But I thought that you were part of an alpha male, incredibly awesome dudes who are super independent and build each other up kind of group. Why can't you do your own grocery shopping? He says he's joking, but we know that there's a bunch of truth in that joke. There could actually be a whole video on these weird guy societies. And even more scandals have been coming out about Mike, that he hasn't been paying for services, especially from small businesses that he's used for his own booming business. He runs Zen House Homes. Yes, he's one of those dude bros who owns 15 Airbnbs across Colorado.
See here, we represent name of company. He owes them $1,500. If you are part of a wealth club, if you have so much money, sir, why are you not paying your employees and service providers?
I am just seeing so many red flags all over the place. Next we've got Jordan, 30, who's a dad guy. He's got a 5-year-old son called Luca and says that women don't want to date him when they find out that he's got a son. And part of me is wondering if they're thinking that they might have to do all of the child rearing when he's introducing himself as a single dad. Like he co-parents with his ex, so they've got 50-50 arrangement going on.
I'm a single dad. So that occupies quite a bit of time, and that's my #1 priority.
But it could possibly also be due to his immaturity issues. He's really open saying that he got snipped, and good on him. Honestly, that's very progressive. That's great. We love that. But he's very convinced that it's easily reversible. However, the longer that the snip is in place, the harder it is to do the reversal. I just like to make sure that people are well informed, okay? It turns out that Luca, his son, has type 1 diabetes, and Sparkle's dad actually recently passed away in 2020 from type 1 diabetes as well. And this forms a big part of their bond. Ellie, who's 29, is originally from Brazil and she moved to the US and learned English, which is something that she's really proud of. She's a nurse and seems almost too sweet to be true, actually. I get a few sprinkle princess vibes from her. She says that she's tried to build up her partners in the past and be more ambitious, help them achieve their goals and stuff. And she's also very traditional, which links in well with our next dude, Anton. Anton's 29, originally from Russia. He moved over and built himself up from nothing. He worked at McDonald's and was a manager there and everything.
Old school traditional in terms of how I treat women.
He's very traditional and Ellie likes this.
That's something that I want to provide my kids with.
And these two are like Velcro straight away. After their second meeting, he proposes to her.
And you are?
Giselle.
Oh, Giselle! We shall be married in the morning.
Now we are engaged.
And then we meet Calabria, who's 29, and that is one of the prettiest names I've heard in my life. She's gorgeous as well. She doesn't need a traditional marriage with traditional gender roles, just needs someone that was actually dependable and will stick around. She connects with Edmund, who's also 29. Edmund is the most energetic person I've seen in my life other than Tom Cruise jumping on Oprah Winfrey's couch. He grew up mostly in foster care, reconnected with his parents, forgave his mother, all sorts. He seems like a real nice guy. Madison, 28, has a condition where her eyesight is likely to keep on degenerating as time goes on, and so this experiment she wanted to be able to experience falling in love with someone whilst not being able to see them, so she could get that experience for what her life could be like in the future. She's very sweet, she's very bubbly, she's also very green. She connects with Joe, who's 29. His bio said he hopes to meet someone with whom he can go deep and share his strong faith in God. I have not heard this dude talk about religion once this whole show. Episode 2, we meet everyone else who matters.
You're so beautiful. She's stunning.
Yeah, we know she's beautiful, Anton. Back to Joe with Madison.
You said you have a house, right?
I have a condo.
My lease is up in July.
Oh, wasn't that convenient? His lease is up in July. Why not go into a TV show where you get married to someone and then you can cohabit with them so you don't have to renew a lease and pay for that by yourself? Are we dealing with a homosexual here? He brings us up on their second meeting, by the way. This is super fast and very weird. She's upfront with him about her eyesight condition, which is really good, but the way that he takes it, I don't think that he's quite prepared. for like the actual reality that can come with this. He says it doesn't bother him, which is wonderful. However, in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking of like when a wife gets diagnosed with cancer, they'll get pulled aside by a nurse or a medical practitioner to just warn them like your husband is likely to leave you. This is purely because they've seen it happen so often. Research came out this year which tracked the span of 25,000 heterosexual couples over the course of 18 years. They found there was a trend that when a woman was sick, it was more likely for that relationship to end. Though no exact reasons were given from the study findings, from the Psychology Today piece, they raised that it's commonly understood that women are the carers and the nurturers in a relationship, and so this can put like a big strain on the fact that they're unable to do that and they need that other person, the guy, to be in that role instead. So that could be part of it. More research obviously needs to be done, but that was just what was like playing in the back of my mind. Then we get to Nick, who's 28, a face that you will never forget. He's a luxury watch dealer and has a very connected relationship to God, with his bio saying Nick has held himself back from going too deep with the people he dates because he's afraid of hurting others. So heading into the pods, he's excited to be given the time to build a strong connection with someone through emotional vulnerability. Okay, please bear all of that in mind. This guy struggles to find a close connection with someone, struggles to actually be honest about how he's feeling about someone, you know, that's a vulnerability. He doesn't want to go giving all his cards away quickly, right?
So I think we have a lot in common. You're definitely jumping to the top of my list.
This is an act. I don't quite believe him.
Women keep on picking up on the fact that he's basically reading from this manipulative script and love bombing each of them.
Kate, you just jumped to my number one so fast. You have no idea.
This isn't being vulnerable, this is being manipulative. After getting turned down all of those times, it seems that he settles on Kate. Kate's 33, she's very sweet, very upfront. The girl's also been through things in life. She was in this 8-year relationship where she was engaged to this guy, her mother passed away, and in that 3 months afterwards when she was mourning the loss of her mother, she found out that he had been cheating on her. She really likes Nick.
Like, what's wrong? Like, why? Like, how can you be so perfect?
He's not. The dude says that she's the one that he's been looking for right before he meets his next match, who is Annie. The other face that you won't be able to forget, but please do not get her mixed up with Kate, okay? Because they are two very different people, and I want to emphasize this fact. She's a hairdresser, and she really wants to get married.
I want to be engaged in a week. Like, I'm getting married.
Their conversations get very uncomfortable very quickly. Like, they talk about sex super fast because she spills water on the floor.
Wet over there, huh?
Listen.
I have that effect on people.
Please stop making everybody uncomfortable. But wait a second, this is a very Christian dude and she's Christian herself. Then why are they talking like this? It's just whatever's convenient to you. Gotcha.
One thing you wish you could wake up and gain tomorrow. And I'm like, an extra inch.
Annie likes Brendan more. He is her number one. Now, Brendan is 32. He's a finance manager, like a very chill kind of guy. We're not going to spend much time on him, sorry, because he's not really that much of a main character. Edmund does this, oh my goodness, disgusting. And he says,
dang, it felt good kissing something right now too, bro. I ain't kissed nothing in so long.
I do not care how long it's been, dude. What the hell are you doing? Sparkles has Blake as her number one, but Blake has Anna as his number one, and he sets up this really adorable camping date. Like, this is the cutest thing I've seen on this show. I really like these two. What a damn shame that happiness isn't allowed to exist.
You ever ghosted someone?
Ooh.
Casey and Patrick go on another date and they talk about attraction, and the issue of ethnicity comes up because this is a real big insecurity for him. She's just like, oh, okay, well, what's your ethnicity? He is dodging talking about this so much, like, dude needs therapy more than he needs a relationship. He knows that she's white and he's really uncomfortable to reveal the fact that he's Cambodian and Chinese. She's never dated an Asian guy, but he talks about the fact that he's been turned down purely because he's Asian.
Oh, you're pretty good looking for an Asian guy though. Like, they don't know how much that hurts.
And this is when we step into some very problematic territory, okay? Because Casey then reveals that her older brother only dates Asian girls, her other brother's girlfriend is half black, and her other brother's girlfriend is Mexican.
They would love to see me with an Asian guy.
No, I'm very sure that they would not. I actually get really big red flags if guys are only dating Asian girls or something, because then that is just them trying to lean into this stereotype, and that brings me on to the issue of passport bros, which is something which I really want to make a deep dive on. There's just a very weird colonizer fetish going on here, and I am positive that they would not have a happy reaction if she came home with an Asian dude being a white woman. I don't think that they would be positive about this. Patrick and Anna go on another date and they say that they would typically eliminate each other. They wouldn't give each other a chance in the real world. Both saying that they fought their attraction to each other.
I'm like fighting it, it's weird. but there's just chemistry, you know?
It's super painful watching this, but at the same time it's important because you're watching these two people realize how they've actually had this internalized racism and cut off people that look like themselves.
Like, fight the idea of it, you know?
And I saw this really great reel from Bits of Banter with Antoinette about it, saying,
you start to internalize the beauty standards that come from the people that you're around, which if you're around predominantly white, the beauty standards are white. So then you start to see yourself as not beautiful.
You know, the white beauty standard is so prevalent, like beauty is in the eye of the colonizer, right? And in case you somehow missed this, I highly recommend this video from Illuminati where they discuss all of this and so much more. I've got the video linked for you down below. It's heartbreaking seeing the real life impacts of this, but it's also very important that this conversation is actually had. Joe proposes to Madison. Cut to Anna crying in the women's quarters, like she's realizing all of this stuff and she's really scared, like she's scared about like the impacts on her family and then also all of these realizations. Like this is quite a lot to go through, and so she just leaves. That means that she's ghosting Patrick and Blake. Episode 3, so we have the fallout from the ghosting, and then Mike goes on his date with Sparkles, the woman whose father passed away from complications due to type 1 diabetes. So the biohacking dude brings up nutrition and the fact that, oh my god, there's someone here who's got a kid who's got diabetes, how irresponsible.
I had a friend that was pre-diabetic and he just like totally changed up his diet.
This dude is nearly 40, supposedly one of these amazing alpha bros, super intelligent, really egotistic, very up himself, and he doesn't know that there's 2 types of diabetes. I just want to make sure that people have got some correct information here, okay? Because it seems like there's some sort of education level that's lacking. Watching Sparkle Megan's face right now, yeah, you're seeing some red flags now, right? But then he goes on to say this.
We're gonna have kids and they're gonna be the most nutritious, best fed kids ever.
That was cute.
The hottest kids, sexiest kids.
Okay, anywho.
It's giving eugenics. But it seems that she's attracted to red flags because she still thinks of him as her favorite. But then Sparkles gets ghosted by Blake because when Anna left, he's like, well, that was my real connection. I just don't think I'm made for this. I'm gonna go. And I'm very glad that the producers didn't try to make him stay. Are you ready to feel awkward? Here's Joe's reaction seeing Madison for the first time. He's saying he couldn't get the connection to her from like what was had in the pods, and I just think this is a deflection tactic personally, but that's just a theory, a briny theory. You know you need to be nice for the edit, like you're on TV.
Whoa, whoa. Wow, I was not expecting that.
And he goes on another date with Nick, you know, the devout Christians. And he keeps on bringing up the fact he can't jack it, and it's so disgusting, it's so uncomfortable. But then he starts being super intense to Annie. Like I said, he's love bombing all of the women that he comes up against.
I'm there. Someone's messing with my lady, it is on site.
He gets real possessive, saying, I'm gonna be your man, and talking about ours, like our house and stuff. And oh my goodness. Ugh, run. Immediately after this, he goes to Kate and tells her that he loves her.
I love you, Kate. I really do mean that. Like, I don't say that lightly. I never have, ever before.
The audacity of this dude. Oh my god. He wants to fight for her and she says, you better not be thinking of anybody else. He says, you're my girlfriend. I swear this dude doesn't care about what woman he gets so long as she is subservient and Christian. I swear those are the 2 criteria. That's it. He's waving the most red flags and we haven't even gotten to the worst part yet. Calabria asks Edmund if he'll be able to be strong enough for them and he's reassuring her. She writes him this really sweet note as well. He proposes, they're all happy. Very happy.
Let's go! I'm on cloud 12 right now. Ooh.
Patrick and Casey, once again, this dude keeps on bringing up his lack of confidence and, you know, hot for an Asian guy. And then Casey says this.
I'll just think of you as the good-looking Patrick guy.
Utterly thrilling this man, and then she says how she's been taken advantage of in the past. Mike continually shows that he's not a good dude because he keeps on trying to throw Jordan under the bus to Sparkles.
You're dating 2 guys that are trouble right now.
I thought that you were part of some elite millionaire brotherhood, bro.
Don't want to just sit here and pour my heart out to you. Look like an idiot.
Dude, your ego is so fragile. Please go and seek some help. Episode 4. Calabria and Edmund see each other and oh, he is so happy. He cries, but he seems like a nice guy, you know? Nick goes on another date with Kate, you know, the girl that he loves. He asks if she's religious and she says that she's spiritual but not religious, especially not after her mother passing away after a 10-year battle with colon cancer which spread throughout her whole body. Her brother was saying to her afterwards, like, how could there be a God who could put someone through all of this? And he says that he really respects her for saying this. Okay, hold on to that nugget.
You told me you loved me yesterday.
Absolutely.
Then Nick goes to see Annie, the girl that he's not in love with and is not that interested in. Do you want your kids to grow up Christian? And it turns out that they both had strict parents who both hit their kids.
At old school parents, I got spanked.
Same.
I think sometimes they need to be reprimanded.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you're both okay with hitting your kids as well. Please never procreate. Wow, it's given the same energy as like Trump says. It's like the only thing they understand is violence. It's like, no. Then he asks, how would you react if your child told you that they were LGBTQ+?
No matter what, I'm always gonna love my kids. But like, I can't tell you, I would be the first person to be like, yay! You know what I mean?
Okay, that reaction's already bad enough, but like, if you struggle with internalized homophobia and then you're like, okay, but you would still accept them. Oh no, we don't get acceptance here.
I'll support my kids, but making sure that they're like informed.
Informed?
Do you know what you're doing? Like, do you know what you're getting into? Like, do you know what you're signing up for?
What do you think they're signing up for? The army or something? It's like, oh, by the way, you could die doing this. It's like, yeah, that's the army, dude. Like, that's not being LGBTQ. Like, what the hell? Actually, it's because of people like you and parents like you that people do unalive themselves because they're not accepted by people like you. Honestly, if people think like this, you should not have children. Straight away. Stop it. Do not bring life into this world unless you would accept them for who they are. Hell, I already had to have this conversation about boy preference. And this coming out at the time where the Supreme Court is deciding on a case in Colorado which could mean that conversion therapy is legalized and is completely okay. No, that is a cruel practice. It is horrible. It is torture.
Do you feel like it's a fad or something that's like...
Oh, it's a fad. It's a cool trend. Like when I was in school and people were like, oh, you're like Baby Spice or Posh Spice or whatever.
You know, you're like, oh, my friend told me I might be this, and like, Shanice said that she's this, so I think I'm this.
No, it's not like that. What the hell? Ooh, I got so angry.
Start having those thoughts like too young, and maybe I'm old-fashioned, but it's like a concern for me because who's telling you that?
I feel uncomfortable with you even staring at me.
But when I said that this was the reason I wanted to make this video, because people are saying this with their full chest who are young enough to know better. Like, we're not dealing with the 1950s where being gay was outlawed. Trust me, if people could choose their sexuality, I know a number of women who would not be choosing to be straight. But then we get the real backstory, because it turns out that Nick here in high school was really depressed and he didn't really talk for a period of time. He was just shut away in his room. And then his mother comes up to him asking all of these roundabout questions, and he's like, are you asking if I'm gay?
I'm like, Mom, are you asking me if I'm gay? And she's like, looked at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no. I'm like, that's hilarious.
I'm just sad.
You're gay!
You were depressed because you were gay.
He thought it was really sweet of his mother to like sum up the courage to go and ask her kid that.
Dots she tried to connect in her mind to get to that point. But you know exactly that she was going through it, like trying to figure out how to handle that.
His family with all of the traditional values and the strict gender roles, it means that that's not okay, right? And so he even says this very telling line afterwards.
I felt embarrassed for like weeks afterwards. I feel like I had to bring a girl home and like, you know, smooch her right in front of them just to be like, hey, look, I'm straight.
Dude has learnt so hard into masculine norms in order to try and not be accused of being gay. In my opinion, that's why he's trying to be so manipulative against every single woman he comes across to try and like get her. So then it's like, oh, I'm not a man who's nearly 30 without being married. It's like, oh, why are you still single? Are you gay? Like when it comes to like these very kind of like traditional families, it's like, well, why haven't you met this quota yet? I mean, like, he's a rich dude, right? He should be able to meet a woman. Why hasn't he met a woman yet? And so part of me is like, all of this is like stemming from all of that he dealt with when he was a teenager. You know, has created this monster.
Because I'm like, are you saying it to everybody? Like,
No, I'm intentional. I want to give you that assurance. Like, I'm gonna fight for you.
But he told Kate that he loves her and she is his number one. He even said the girlfriend line. Like, what the hell is going on? Homophobia hurts everybody, okay? It doesn't do anybody any good. Don't have kids if you're homophobic. Casey and Calabria have a little chat and it's revealed that Casey's ex was with her and telling her to go on all of these reality shows to be able to make it. And he's like, I'll still be here for you when you get back. Oh, you're gonna be the hottest one there. He's kind of using her as sort of like this trophy more than anything. He doesn't actually care care about her. My theory is that she went on this show as kind of like the thing to try and push him over the edge, to try and make him realize, oh wait, I don't want her to get married to someone else, I actually love her. And so that's why, to me at least, with the whole wall in place and everything, she's not really seeing this as being real, you know, because you don't see someone in the flesh or anything. And so for her, she's like, I'm gonna show him I'm on TV, I've made it into this. And she doesn't quite realize, because she's motivated by all of this. And like I said, this is my theory anyway. But the woman is 34. Like, don't go doing this. People need better communities around them more than they need the urge to get married. He is pretty apprehensive because, you know, it's revealed that there's still this guy on the outside. And this is where it gets weirdly sexual and talking about a landing strip.
Oh, you have a landing strip, and now that's been the whole talk.
Shut up.
She's trying to use her sexuality to be able to snare him, right? And she says something very telling.
If you look like a baby seal, you want me to look like one. I want to give you what you need.
Like she's trying to mold herself to be whatever a man wants her to be. Both of them need a good community around them and therapy rather than a relationship. Mike comes in again trying to throw Jordan under the bus and sow seeds of doubt into Sparkle's mind. However, Sparkles feels really good and happy anytime that she's around Jordan, and that's very good. Like, that's very healthy, rather than feeling like all of this doubt and fear and like I feel like there's something wrong here, you know, like she was getting with Mike. And she takes the fact that he has Luca very seriously as well. Like, she's considering him in the life that they're planning out together, which is very good, obviously. Like, any step parent should be like accommodating and stuff. However, he's also saying that it comes down to like Luca's mum, Skylar, about, you know, contact and all that sort of stuff, because yes, absolutely. But she also brings up his vasectomy and says most females don't want to be pumping themselves with hormones, myself included. Oh dear, we have some right-wing propaganda sneaking in, and oh my goodness, everybody's going off birth control. Huh, I've already talked about that whole phenomenon too.
Maybe we discover that we're each other's purpose too, you know?
Oh. Nick meets up with the woman he loves most, Kate, saying that there's actually people that he's torn between now.
The fact that I can also see that with somebody else. I'm being pulled in two separate directions.
I love watching her face because same, what the hell is going on?
You told me you loved me 2 days ago.
You acting kinda shady. You are exactly right, Kate. The fact I'm having hesitation does not mean that I'm not in love with you. Oh, come off it, bro. Like, seriously, that's not love. That's just manipulation that's been happening.
You're the only person I've said that to.
Well, I would hope so.
But his barely contained rage at her challenging him is the thing that worries me, okay? But God puts us on a path for a reason, and then he brings up, would you be open to exploring a relationship with God? I'm not from the US and I'm definitely not Christian, so is this normal wording for people, or is this kind of evangelical or Mormon coded wording here? Because I've never heard of it taught like that before. And she replies saying that she's never been a religious person, and this reaction...
Never been a religious person, are you kidding me? Never been a religious person. Are you serious right now?
He's so angry, he goes full on unhinged.
After this, you said you did not say never.
And then he dumps her, saying that I don't know if love is strong enough to be able to get us through this. Like, what the hell? He told her that he loves her 2 days ago. Like, I love her response here. Kate is awesome.
Like, what the hell, dude? That's not what you do when you're in love. And if that is, I don't want to be with you.
And then he fully Davos her, saying that, oh, it hurts me too. This is not easy. I'm the victim here.
Oh, God, that guy is awful.
And then he goes trying to paint himself as a victim to the guys as well. Kate, you dodged a bullet. And then in the company of the guys, he says, I don't even know if I'm thinking about the connection with the other person. But then, of course, who else is left? How else can he prove his masculinity? Of course he has to settle for Annie. I mean, he's in love with Annie. Next minute, he's telling Annie,
They really came at me with daggers.
oh, come off it. He said a prayer, and I'm here because of you, because God put me on this path. Shut up. I'm choosing you. I always want you to feel assured. I've got you. I'm going to fight for you. All of like these, like, nobody talks like this. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, this is all red flag, very manipulative, love bomb type behavior. Oh, and then they get really uncomfortable talking about again, these two devout Christians.
I'll be your wish.com, Zac Efron.
Oh, never say those words again. But you know what? I'm actually happy when trash dates trash. I just never want them to procreate and like inflict all of this onto a poor child. Patrick says he loves Casey. She reciprocates. Neither of you do. Let's be honest. He's in love with the white girl fantasy and she's just trying to prove a point to her ex.
Will you marry me?
You guys, like, 100 times over, yeah.
The thing is that they've never talked about anything real. They've never talked about their future lives together or anything. Annie breaks it off with Brendan, and then Mike goes in to try and manipulate Sparkles again.
I'm just testing you a little bit.
He is fully testing her, threatening to leave. This is not a business tactic, bro. This is not some sort of like, oh, I'm going in for a job interview. Oh, if you're not going to offer me high enough, then I can find another job elsewhere. We're dealing with marriage, we're dealing with a life together, not some weird manipulation tactic, okay? He kept on pushing her to the point that she's crying. What the hell is wrong with this guy? The thing is that she's been really open this whole time about the fact that she's got another connection, and he has known that it's been Jordan this whole time, hence him constantly throwing Jordan under the bus. The fragile ego's on display, it's ugh. Sparkles goes on a date with Jordan next, and he didn't realize that she had another connection because he just thought it was like Blake who'd ghosted her and like she'd told him about that.
I'm sorry, Meg. That was my fault.
No, why are you apologizing?
I really appreciate you being transparent with that. I know that's probably not easy for you.
He, however, doesn't try to blame and manipulate her.
Like, I'm almost putting you in a tough situation for just like asking you to join my family.
Are you noticing the stark difference between these guys? He regrets her being in such a tough situation. You see how he's actually exercising a thing called empathy? Huh, what a foreign concept. And he recognizes the fact that this comes with a huge responsibility if she does choose him over the fact that he's got Luca. Like, it's a package deal, like it's brought up in the holiday. Whoever you choose, I want you to choose what's best for you. This is the exact sort of response that we're expecting, right? Not like what Mike does. She has a bit of a slip.
I love you.
Whoa!
He says so back, and so we know it's pretty clear.
I love you too, Meg.
You could give me chills.
God, we gotta get back to Annie and Nick now. So she says, thank you for choosing me, and they say that they love each other.
Thank you for taking the lead, and thank you for making me feel safe and secure enough to follow.
Honey, the only thing that he's taken the lead in is leading you down the garden path. This is not gonna be a nice relationship.
I trust that with God on our side, we will have nothing but success.
Let's put us down this path together.
He proposes to her, and then Nick's super happy.
You're gonna laugh yourself right out of the closet on this one.
Been married.
And it's really awkward because Brandon has been dumped by her just before, and he's just like, ooh. And Edmund goes reacting to Brendan in the exact worst way if you're like struggling with heartbreak.
It just hurt to look at you. All I can do when I see you, I just want to cry.
Patrick and Casey see each other for the first time, and I already know it's done. She is being overly physical with him, like hiding her face so she doesn't have to look at him. You can just tell absolutely. Like, he is thrilled, obviously, but then
I mean, look at this. Crazy.
She just walks off. She doesn't even wait at the doors like you're meant to like wave goodbye or like do a kiss goodbye or anything. She's just gone. She has been heading towards reality this whole time, which is the iceberg here, and then she hit it like the Titanic.
There's something in my gut that's telling me this isn't right.
Sparkles goes to break it off with Mike, and he says, you gotta do what you gotta do regardless of logic. What is wrong with you? Why can't guys handle rejection well? Like, what is it? Video topic, I think. And still, he keeps on trying to throw Jordan under the bus to sow seeds of doubt and manipulation in her mind to make her think that she's made the wrong choice.
Don't make me cry.
And so she's like, cry.
I can't.
This is yet another example of why we say that patriarchy is bad for everybody. The thing is that he didn't want to show weakness and vulnerability, which is the thing that cut him off to true love. Jordan proposes to Sparkle.
Let's go. This is great.
Nick and Annie meet. They're both very happy.
Will you marry me?
Yeah. And I just wanted to share with you this clip of how he goes back to, like, the pod.
I miss you already.
I know. Wait for me.
You're welcome. Jordan and Sparkles meet.
So nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
And he's instantly showing her pictures of Luca. Megan was so anxious and nervous because of all of the things that Mike had been saying as well. Like, he's just not a good guy. These two do seem really cute though. And we've got her plastic surgery reveal because she'd recently had her implants taken out, but she's still got her BBL. So that's why, like, her butt looks as good as it does. Episode 6.
He deserves somebody better than me.
What's up? What's going on?
We all knew this was going to happen with Casey. Didn't realize it would happen so soon. He deserves someone better than me.
I understand how that is
about to look.
So she keeps on saying that she loves him and like mumbling stuff and whispering things. And he's like asking, are you trying to break up with me? Because he doesn't really know what's happening. She's like, oh, I can't go to Baja. Like, I can't do this experiment anymore.
It's okay. I'll see you back in Denver.
A different way.
He's like, but it's okay. Well, we could just meet up in Denver anyway, because she doesn't explicitly say that she doesn't want to be with him anymore.
Slow down.
No, I don't.
I think this is like a twofold thing, right? Because she doesn't want to look bad on the edit, because like the thing is that she even says in a like background interview that she doesn't think the attraction will grow. So she's not attracted to him. So there we go. But also, I'm wondering if because she was raised Mormon, and I really wish that Alyssa Grenfell will make a video on this actually. I don't know if you also subscribe to their work, but I really appreciate their take as an ex-Mormon. But Mormon women, from what I have come across anyway, aren't really ever meant to say no to guys. They're not meant to turn down guys, because that's considered to be really mean and really cruel and wrong.
And I don't think she's gaslighting. You can tell we're attracted to each other.
I just don't think I could get there with him.
In Baja, Edmund has brought Calabria shoes. It's all very cute.
Don't kiss with your eyes open. Close them.
And no, Anton doesn't stop kissing with his eyes open, actually. But the subject of the engagement ring comes up, and like it was like $5,000, it gets revealed. And she's like, oh, it should be $10,000. And he's like, oh, great, so she's one of those.
Whoa, you're with the wrong guy.
But the thing is that he didn't buy the ring himself. The rings are provided by the show, and the men or the women choose which one they would want. I'm sorry, but if you want a high-value woman that is as beautiful as she is, that is expensive to upkeep. Like, she does not go doing, like, $25 at-home hair jobs like me. Like, her hair, that's expensive hair. Her skin, that's expensive skin. Beauty costs money. As much as men keep on liking to say, oh, well, I just want natural beauty. Like, no one can look this beautiful if it's all natural. Unless they're like a Disney princess or something. Then we get back to Joe and Madison.
I am into thinner women, I would say. Usually. That's just a preference.
And this is exactly what I was thinking, right? He didn't want to get the bad at it, and like the fact that she's not as hot as what he would normally go for is the thing that's like actually holding him back. That's my theory anyway.
Yeah, but were you like, oh, she's hot or no?
No, yeah, I thought you were very hot.
And the thing is that she's picking up on this as well, right? Even the next day she's bringing this up, and they have to have a conversation about it.
Was that all that you were saying? It's just like, I'm not your typical type. That's all you were saying?
And I find your body attractive. I find everything about you attractive. So like,
sorry for sharing that tongue scraper moment with you, but I had to see it. You don't want to miss out, right? Calabria brings up that she wants a protector, right? But Edmund comes in and says, you know, oh yeah, but I also value your independence. That's great, that's really good. But then she comes in with this fake scenario that they're out at a club and this guy hits on her, and she's like, well, what do you do? And he's like, I would like get us away from there. Like, hey baby, come over here, like let's leave.
He's like in my face, I won't move. All right, we can just walk away, baby, come.
But then she escalates it saying, oh, the guy touched my arm, like he grabbed my arm, what are you gonna do now? And he's like, yeah, we'll still get away, but now I've also got to go get security because this guy's tripping. She's angry that he wouldn't beat up this dude. Like, that's just toxic masculinity. That's just possessiveness that you want there. That's not being a protector at all, because the safer thing to do is to get the hell out of that scenario, right? All of this defending your woman's honor and punching someone, like, that's not actually good.
I like your Cartiers.
Thank you.
It's nice. Look at that. Fancy.
The next scandal is that everybody but Calabria and Edmund have knocked on wood, shall we say. But also everyone's seemingly having a great time in the bedroom, and good on you. That's great. Awesome. Edmund is taking great issue with this though, and he's talking with the guys about it, and Nick, of all people, is being the reasonable one here, trying to help calm him down, talk him down.
When you guys are just out there, like, you know, being open with each other, that's all you can ask for.
And then Anton comes on over to him at the bar being like, oh, well, if she's a virgin, then it's okay, but if she's not, then it's just some BS reason. Anton keeps on, like, slipping in my ranking, okay? And then Edmund goes over to the girls with some sunscreen, and he starts doing all of this foot stuff with Calabria, and I'm sorry, I can't show this to you. I was just gagging. I hate feet anyway, but this was so inappropriate. And then he starts guilting Annie over the fact that she dumped Brandon, saying how much he was struggling and how sad it was. And Calabria is rightfully trying to tell him to stop. He's giving real nice guy energy.
You're the one that made him. It was crazy.
But watch how you word it. Watch how you word it.
I'm being deeply real.
And then when they're in bed, he just fixates on the fact that they haven't knocked on wood yet, and like he's taking great pains about this. It's like, but I love you so much. I'm giving all my all to you. Like, why not? Calabria wants to wait until marriage, which is just 4 weeks away, right? Because she wants to be sure. Like, she's had one night stands in the past, but like those guys haven't mattered at all to her, and like she's actually trying to live by her standards, and that's completely okay. Like, no means no, right? No means you get a temper tantrum, apparently.
No, I'm giving you my all, KB.
This look that he gives her is full of such animosity.
Like dudes that ain't even care about you.
You're certainly giving your all in this performance of temper tantrum, that's for sure.
Here I am rubbing your feet, giving you my all. And you tell me about marriage, and if it don't work.
She wants to wait, but he only cares because everybody else has got some, and he's comparing himself to everybody else, and this is just a constant theme that we're going to keep seeing. But he can't let the fact that she's had one night stands in the past go.
I'm serious. I'm just always the nice guy. Come too nice.
I've been telling you he's a nice guy, right?
He be me up. Come too nice.
I've done X amount of nice things. My card is full. You owe me now.
Want to talk to me?
It's like I'm too nice.
No, quite simply.
I'm like kind of stuck on like you having one night stands.
I'm not like that anymore.
If Calabria was a younger, weaker woman, this sort of temper tantrum and guilting that he's doing may have actually worked on her, though. I'm sure that a number of us in our lives have come across guys that have been like this. It's like, oh, well, I'm just too nice. I always get this. It's like, it's this sort of manipulative pity party that can work because women, again, we are often taught that we're meant to be like the caring ones. We're meant to like fix men and help men, and like they rely on us so much.
We can call this shit a night, to be honest with you.
At the party, things start getting really weird with Joe and Jordan. I don't believe that this is just alcohol. Like some people have speculated it could be Xanax or something else. Some people have said maybe it's sunstroke or heat stroke. I mean, they are in Baja, you know.
You have more salt on your nose. Let me get that for you. No.
Looking at Sparkle's face, like she knows that there is something up here. She knows that they're on something else because like she's rich, right? She'll be able to tell. These dudes are around 30 and yet they're acting like they're 18. I think many of us have been in Sparkle's shoes because you're like, hey, can you like tone it down a bit because you're like embarrassing yourself and others. Like, this isn't good. Like, you're actually being really mean to me as well. But then you get labeled as a buzzkill. Now, Joe is being really cruel towards Madison as well, like ignoring her anytime that she tries to connect with him and just trying to talk to the guys instead.
It's like you kind of talk over me to talk to somebody else or something.
She walks off and then he says like, oh, I'll just go back to the room.
Just stay here if you want to.
I'm asking what you need. I'm here for you.
This wording is so strange because it's just really clear that he doesn't want her to go back with him.
Just stay here.
Okay.
If you want to. Yeah.
I'm asking you.
No. Stay here if you want to.
She wants to be there for him and look after him, you know, like a good girlfriend would. When she gets home, she tries to check on him and dude freaks out when she wakes him up. He doesn't even realize that she was at a pool party. He doesn't get anything. Like, he is just like out of it, constantly asking her the same questions. That's why I'm saying like there could be something else. It could be sunstroke too. I don't think this is just alcohol. And Madison starts crying because he gets really angry with her and like he's telling her off for the fact that she's bringing up, you know, what he's done. And he's like, he's embarrassed, so he's lashing out at her, basically.
Because you said you were up and needed to come back.
Quit saying that, Jesus Christ.
She leaves, goes and sleeps in another room.
Okay, woman.
Episode 7. Everyone's trying to work it out on the remix. That's majority of this episode, really. Joe apologizes to Madison. Madison apologizes to Joe.
Didn't do what you needed?
No, I don't think, I mean, you probably definitely wanted to be heard last night, and I wasn't giving that to you.
But I think it should be more on Joe's side, personally. Jordan apologizes.
I need you to be there for me.
I'll do better, I promise.
Edmund apologizes.
And me and you both know why I want to wait, for multiple reasons. It's just it's a lot. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
And then when the girls get together, they all talk about like how it's good that they're having these arguments now because then they can work out their conflict issues and whatever. I'm just here like, man, like all of this is because the guys were acting like idiots. Wow, that's embarrassing.
Got a little intoxicated yesterday.
And then Annie is struggling because she feels like she loves Nick more than he loves her. And as their conversation goes on, she says this:
I don't need you in my life.
And I was just here sitting like, yeah, good. I'm glad that you realize that you don't need him, that your life would continue without him because I don't think this is going to last. Then they go back home and start living together normally. Well, Edmund does put himself in a closet.
Oh, like, that's me in the closet. That's great. That's lit.
Okay. Then Sparkle starts to get all worried about meeting Luca's mum. Obviously, like, this is a really big responsibility, and she is taking, like, the full weight of the responsibility on. Episode 8. Joe and Madison are disconnecting a bit, like they're not really seeing eye to eye on things because he's still struggling to get that connection between the pod and real life. Still. Like I said, I do believe this is an attraction issue.
Sorry, I'm like too interested in you. Like, I'm like excited about you. That's how I'm feeling right now.
She can tell, like we can, that she is more into him than he's into her. And he says that he's struggling because it's a lot. And it's like, yes. And that doesn't mean that he should be pushing away this person, you know? Jordan's apartment reveal. Very bachelor. Futon in the lounge that he sleeps on. It was actually really sweet that he'd given up the only room to his son Luca. But Sparkles already has a realtor set up, like she is locked in. She wants to make this work. It turns out Allie and Anton both work night shifts and they've both been awake for 24 hours to be able to get through this last bit, right? Then they start talking about home responsibilities because he cooked breakfast and so she's like, oh, well, I should wash up then. It turns out that when she was studying full time, she lived at home and her mum did everything. She didn't do anything. And as she says,
cleaning is not going to be like a priority for me.
I think that when he was on about a traditional relationship, he was picturing her doing a majority of that stuff, let's be honest. And once again, the topic of money comes up, and I will repeat, it costs a lot of money to be able to look as good as she does. The concept of a joint account and separate accounts come up. Now, finances is very important to talk about in a relationship. It's good that they're having this discussion. But he's like, well, why can't we just rely on a joint account? And she's like, well, I don't want you to know how much I spend on Botox and stuff. A joint account for joint expenses and also having your own individual money makes perfect sense. Like, that's how we function, and we've done that for many years. Like, we've been together for, like, it'll be 13 years next year.
Maybe I don't want to tell you how much I spent on Botox.
Oh, man.
It's good that they're talking about it. However, I don't think that he can afford her, and I think that this is going to be the thing that breaks them up. Him judging her as a gold digger and her being frustrated with him over the fact that he's not very ambitious.
What made you pick my son? What coconut fell off the tree and hit you in the head?
Calabria meets Edmund's mum, and she's very sweet. She's going to give her beans. It's very nice. And she gives her blessing to Edmund. And Joe somehow has the penny drop that, yes, you are here for marriage, as he brings Madison to his bachelor pad.
I need to kind of man up here and just be more in the moment.
Jordan and Sparkles meet her family, and it's the 4th anniversary of her father's passing, so it's like a very big day. Jordan is very much a simpler kind of guy, and I think that we can all pick up that Sparkles has got fancier taste.
But I do love Megan, to the moon and back.
Personally, I don't think that this relationship will last because she will be the main breadwinner and he will feel emasculated by this, and she will probably struggle with his immaturity about this, and that's the thing that's going to make it crumble. But that's what I'm thinking. It doesn't mean that they're not like a nice couple. It's just the reality of that and like all of that messaging from the patriarchy, and it will eat away at his male ego. That's what I think. Then we see Nick's home, which is up in the mountains, and this is very like new age alpha male bro who is very wealthy. It's giving like that guy that used bottled water to do all of like those like treatments every day and stuff with his fancy morning routine. That's what it was giving. He's been involved in so many sports. He's been part of Team USA. He's gotten heaps of different awards. This is what I mean when I say his whole life, ever since that point, he's been trying to reach the right masculinity standards, and it's got all of like these signifiers of like what men do.
I'm a size queen.
It's like a manifestation of him internalizing the fact that he doesn't ever want to be seen as gay. So it's like, well, do gay guys do all of this? Do they have like a fancy car like this? Do they have motorbikes? Do they have all of this stuff? Do they go skiing and like have everything like this? But because of her work, they can't live there, and he's cool with that. Unsurprisingly, because Madison is lovely, she gets on like a house on fire with Joe's family. Like, it's all very cute, and he realizes, oh my goodness, she's a human and she's actually really lovely.
That's Madison. I felt it. I saw it. It's very much who I fell in love with.
Lastly, we meet Anton's friends who moved in together after one date. That is very fast. And it comes out that Anton is far more of a party boy than he ever let on. He was always saying that it was his friend who was the person that was like all raucous and a party guy and stuff. But no, it's him and Anton. And because he was still doing all of this stuff like 4 months ago, she's like, I don't know if he's ready to actually settle down if this was his life so recently. Episode 9. So they're going house hunting. She wants like a proper big family home setup. She's got a budget of 1.5 to 2 million. I do not know how expensive like Denver and all of that stuff is. Like obviously I live in Aotearoa and housing here, like 1 million is kind of like an average family home in Auckland, for example. So yeah, it's definitely not affordable.
This is like the size of my whole apartment.
His face as they're going throughout the place shows it all. Like he is kind of panicking because like we've seen his apartment, his tiny little apartment, which he just has like his little RoboZuck vacuum that cleans. While she can sell her place in LA, like he doesn't bring much to the table and he's struggling with this already, just like I thought he would.
Just talking about buying a house for us, and she's like, I'll take care of it, like don't worry about it. I think that'd be hard for like any blue collar guy to absorb.
We then meet Nick's family who scarred him, at least in my opinion, like whether they intended to or not. And no surprise, they love conservative Christian Annie.
You both want kids?
Yep.
I'm gonna be a grandma someday.
Oh dear, they do want kids. Please unlearn everything you think about the LGBTQIA plus community. Please. Actually, please just don't procreate, please. We do not have to repeat the mistakes of the past. And then we finally get the whole pod squad back together, which is where a whole bunch of the drama comes from. It turns out that Sparkles has met Luca's mum Skylar and they have decided to not show Luca on screen. Yes, thank you, my goodness, we don't, like, kids can't consent, shouldn't do that, that's super good. She's going to be meeting Luca on Friday. Great. And it turns out that when Anton gets home from work, he has a couple of beers every single day. And this is like a little bit worrying. Like it may not count as an alcoholic, but it's like, what are your reasons for doing that? Is it like, I need a beer to be able to relax? Because yeah, I'd be worried as well if I were her. Like she's a nurse, you know, like she sees all sorts. Patrick arrives and fills all the boys in on Casey.
That's what I'm saying. Then I was like, oh, well, what are you doing tomorrow, you know?
He hasn't seen her at all. She texted him that she doesn't want to do the show anymore. And he's like, oh, it's okay. We can just call. Like, we can meet up. Like, that's fine. And she's like, no, I don't want to.
She's like, well, just tell everyone we're broken up for now.
Like, she won't even have a phone call with him.
Bro, I asked for the ring back and she basically stopped talking to me. She said, she was like, I asked her for the ring back and she was like, no.
But the thing is that, once again, the rings are provided by the show. They're not paid for by the guy, so you don't have to return them at all. And actually, even if you don't go through the wedding, you still get to keep the ring. Like, that is part of it.
You act like you're the only one that's hurt in this situation. I'm going to keep the ring.
Oh my gosh.
And that was her last text.
The worst. She's the worst.
Maybe that scummy guy that was telling her to go on the show, maybe he'll just be like, okay, well, that can count as our engagement ring now. I don't know. I just want her to go, like, do some inner healing, really. Kate is back. Remember the love of Nick's life? Yeah, so he gets to see her now. I would be Madison in this situation because I absolutely would be bringing the person over to be like, hey, have you met my friend Kate? Like, I'm a wooden spoon. What can I say? Brandon really loved Annie, but it's like she doesn't care at all. Very clearly.
Everything you thought it was me? Would it be?
Mike actually apologizes to Sparkles for making her cry, and I appreciate this. At least he's done some self-reflection. That's good.
I do want to apologize for like making you cry that one night.
He says that he'd picked a ring out for her and it would have been an emerald cut like she wanted and blah, blah, blah.
I picked one out for you.
Oh, God. No, this is...
Perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he decided not to slide into her DMs because that would have also been like really scummy. Like even the things he's bringing up now, it's like, is this really appropriate?
Do you think you made a mistake?
No.
No.
I'm talking to my friends, like he's meeting my family, and they're like, this is the guy you marry.
I'm so glad that she's being this honest with him because then hopefully he'll be able to grow and maybe also pay those people you allegedly haven't paid. We finally get to see Anna and Patrick. The way that he comes up to Anna is very aggressive.
You have to share her.
She was my number one until she left me. God damn it.
Okay.
I don't know why you left me. I don't know why you did that.
And she's like, let's go and chat. The far better way to come up against like this sort of topic.
I do feel really bad for not saying anything before I left.
I knew that I liked Anna so much.
I walked out because it was something that I was struggling with, but learning that like you got engaged.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, he's gonna be okay.
Like, she brings up the fact that she struggled with the fact that he got engaged. Like he told someone else that he loved them. So Was it really all that deep with Anna to begin with?
Casey was a number 2, but she was like a distant number 2, you know?
You still proposed to her, though.
Anna felt terrible, but when she found out that he had got engaged, it was like, oh, okay, well then he'll be okay. You know, completely understandable thought pattern there, right? But then he's still guilting her.
You asked another girl to marry you, and I know that I wasn't there.
If it was meant to be Anna, then why did you still say to Casey that you loved her and proposed to her?
But like, if I was in the back of your mind the whole time, like, you can't ask someone else to marry you.
She is rightly laying things out, and he's just sitting there like, Anna is thoroughly calling him out. He chased the white girl dream. This is why I said that they needed therapy, right? Like, Anna realized that, and that's why she left the show to go home, because it's like, this is too much. I'm realizing a whole bunch of stuff, and she realized she's not ready for this next step.
I cried when I left.
Yeah, over who though?
You and Blake.
But then he tries to say that she's just as bad as him because she was still dating or seeing Blake as well, right? However, as she rightly says,
yeah, but I didn't tell anyone else I love them.
I want to be friends with Anna. Good on her for calling this out. And he's like, oh, well, you would have probably said no at the altar anyway. How do we know that? We do not know that. We do not know how they would be in a relationship because she left before they were able to build that. Edmund starts being a nice guy again.
Oh, Nick is perfect.
No, I'm not
You're actually
perfect.
right.
Annie, you think that Nick is perfect? Do you need some glasses?
Right.
Damn! Just to be able to hear that would be crazy.
Edmund reacting like this, pointedly looking at Calabria whilst he says this, is really nasty passive-aggressive behavior.
Even though you're not, just to hear it. Even though you're not, just to hear it. I know, you're
To hear what?
and she knows it's not true.
To hear what?
And Calabria rightly points out him like comparing once again.
Say it.
Oh, he perfect.
You know that meme of when the cat is on the couch and it's like looking up at the guy, and it's like when your girl sees a guy doing something romantic on TV and it's like, oh, you should be doing that for me. That is literally Edmund, but way worse and in public.
Still, like, not even saying that ain't the case. Like,
Are you comparing your relationship?
no, I'm not.
Even Nick knows that this behavior is inappropriate.
I'm just saying that's nice to hear. Like,
Yeah, right?
it would be crazy to
It would
hear.
be crazy. Admire, don't compare.
I 100% get her reacting like this. He is bringing this up publicly, and then he's like, oh no, I don't want to get into it here. It's like, well, you did bring it up here. You brought it up in a public setting. You were trying to shame me publicly.
Okay, but what have you told me that was nice? Like, what have you?
I literally just told you last night that I appreciated you so much. Why the f are you bringing that here?
She is absolutely right, 100%. He just needs to be an adult and actually talk about stuff.
Talk to me about stuff. That's all I be asking of you.
And then Edmund goes back to the group saying,
I know, I might die tonight. I might die. I think I'm about to die. I know, I'm about to die.
dude, what the hell? Good on Jordan for saying this.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. Be accountable. Okay. Walk back and say sorry.
It's already too late. Look at her.
Nick goes to Kate, trying to give her this very planned out, oh, I wasn't really the bad guy apology, but also it sounds like I'm taking accountability.
Be honest and said, I'm in love with you, but I feel like I'm still in love with somebody else more or have a stronger connection. I just wanted to apologize for not being more direct about that.
He says that he was also in love with Annie, however, we know that not to be the case.
I'm such an honest and I do feel like truthful person that it was really tough for me to be like, I'm having other connections at the same time.
He's completely changing the story of what we saw with our own eyes play out.
But you told me the opposite. You literally said, Kate, I told you I loved you. I have one other connection. I haven't said that to her. I certainly can't get there with her. So when I found out that you guys are engaged, I'm not going to lie. I was just kind of like, what the hell?
And apparently he told Annie that he said he loved Kate.
I told Annie about everything. She's like, did you love Kate? I'm like, yes, I loved Kate.
Told her that you loved me.
I did. I really do care about you, genuinely.
Liar. I bet he hasn't done that. And see the story that Annie is sharing?
He just basically was like, no, I like loved you more. I like didn't want to try to focus on anybody. And I was like, amazing. That was the thing.
Yeah, that's the story I knew from Kate.
Interesting.
He's been lying to her too. Nick is very manipulative and calculated and feels inauthentic. And like I said, I think a lot of this stems from being told that as a teenager, being asked if he was gay then, and being raised in such a conservative household. However, the boys are getting into drinking heavily again, and the girls are like, can we not? Like, we're not dealing with frat boy age people. This isn't Love Island or something like that. This is where people are meant to be finding their one, you know. These people are all around the age of 30. So who do I think will get married? Nobody. At least I hope that nobody gets married, but we know that one will probably end up getting married and then it will just be a messy affair afterwards. I think that Madison's gonna get left at the altar by Joe. I think Calabria will say no to Edmund at the altar after he probably does something else really problematic. Hello. Hi! Sparkles and Jordan may get married, but then I think that they would actually break up because of the financial issues and him feeling emasculated by her being in that position of power over him, because it is recognized that having more money does put you in a position of power. I think that Annie will figure out that Nick is fake and not get married. I think that Anton will start accusing Allie of being a gold digger, and she will be worried and not want to get married to him because of his drinking and also because he's not ambitious enough. So that's what I think. Anyway, out of everyone, I really wish that we had more time with Anna. She seems really cool. It seems like she's actually working through stuff, and I hope she has all the happiness, honestly. Hello, Max. Hi. Okay, buddy. He really wants to go for a walk. You right? Yeah? Hey. So now that I've saved you 9.5 hours of watching this show, what do you think? Or did you actually sit through this whole show and then you were like, oh my goodness, thank goodness I'm not one of these people, and you felt a lot better about being single or very happy in your relationship? Yeah, you can't settle. Hey, it's not enough. Okay, there. Okay, I love you too. Let me know if you want to have a part 2 to this video, and if you made it all the way to the end, please leave the popcorn and bats emoji. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Once again, thank you very much to my patrons for your continued support, and an extra special thank you to my top tier trash panda enablers. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I love you. Alyssa, Birgit, Carrie Quake, Danielle, Amberly McCulley, Jamisa Brown, Jess, Laura Bell, Megan Connolly, Mila Gauthier, Natalie R, Nathan, Nicole H, River, Ryder, Spooky Jade, Tammy Poitras, Tonya Banyay, Varu Catmama, and Zophema. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I shall see you all next time. Let me know if you want a video on this or any of those other video topics that I brought up. You can't see him, but Mannix is here as well. So you can say hi to him down below as well. I'll see you all next time. Bye. Oh. Oof. My carnations. What in carnation? How dare that fall out of my hair? I just picked you from the garden. So rude. You don't want that.